Hi my beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl 𝕾𝖊𝖉𝖎𝖆 and we're back another day with another video. So yeah, today we have something a little interesting. I will be telling you my experience of nail school and what to look for and what to expect from your nail school. Well, when looking for nail school. After this video, if you guys have any more questions about nail school, feel free to message me on my Instagram, or comment down below and I will be sure to either make a part 2 to this video or just simply answer your question. So let's start out. My experience at nail school is kind of in the middle. I'm not too sure about how to feel about it. So the first things first, basically pretty much I went looking for a nail school and I picked the first choice that I found. It was right down the street from me. It was perfect. It was convenient. I didn't really do any research. I didn't really look too much into it. I just saw a nail program. I saw that it was affordable. I saw that I would be done in 3 months. So I was like, hey, why not? I started and yeah, I did have to stop back in 2018 just because I was having some wrist issues. I believe I told you guys this before. I was having some wrist issues, so I'm finally now finishing up school in 2020 and I have 1 more week left. By the time this video goes up, I will be done nail school completely and it will be time for me to take the boards. So we are just going to go down the list and I'm going to tell you guys things that I am not too satisfied about my school and pretty much what they could possibly improve on. If anybody from my nail school is watching this, any instructors or whatever, I love you guys dearly. Please do not take this as bashing or anything, but I'm gonna be honest and I'm gonna tell what I have to say, all right? Period. Okay, so the first thing that I'm just not too fond of is that my nail school is pretty unorganized. They never start on time. Thing is like planned out to me. Every time that I go, you never know what you're gonna expect going to class. Like you can either have a very productive day, productive night, because school runs from 6 to 10 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and then on Saturdays 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And it's kind of really frustrating because you'll be in a bad mood and expecting it to be chill and you're just gonna sit there and do nothing, and then she has you doing like 10,000 things. Okay, do this, do that, and it's just like, like please. So yeah, you just never know what I never knew what to expect, and that was just really annoying to me because I like consistency. If you are gonna have me do things every day, okay, now mentally I'm expecting to do stuff every day, and it's just annoying, especially on Saturdays. Saturday classes are just so annoying because we'll get there early in the morning, 9 a.m. and we won't even start till like 10 a.m. We're lagging. We may go over labs. I mean, we may go over the PowerPoint in the book. We may not. It's just very questionable. So I'm going to go into the next one just because I feel like I can go on a tangent and talk about that for like a good hour. So like I said, there's no real structure. I just really highlighted that and said that there's no real structure. Me as a teacher, me going to school for education, I'm just so used to having like a concrete schedule and everything is done in order and you have activities and what to do, and there's nothing like that. Like you legit, half of the class is going through your book and then the rest of the class is going through practicals. And sometimes you may not even go through that. Sometimes, depending on what part of the course you are in, if you are like a senior in that class, she will just have you kind of go off by yourself. So that's another thing. I didn't put that on the list, but now that I think about it, I think that is not okay. I'm not sure if they're going to be doing this like next go round, but the way they had it when I was in school was they would have a junior class and a senior class. And pretty much it was only one teacher. And that one teacher had to be split between the 2 classes. You know, a junior class, they're just starting, so they really need, you know, that guidance and understanding. But the senior class is about to graduate. They're about to leave and they need help with the boards and testing and all that stuff and training for that. So it's just really with that, it's not fair, and they should really work on that. One thing that I did not like is just my experience at my school is they don't really implement rules. They'll have rules and they'll set them, but there's no like enforcing them. And to me, that's just really inconsistent, because now you have people like students, grown adults, talking to other adults like any kind of way, and it's very unprofessional. They need to have set rules in place for everybody across the board, not just favorites, because I am one of the favorites. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. Okay. So like I said, they pick and choose of who they want to implement the rules with. And for me, I just don't like that. Sometimes they won't say anything about the dress code. Sometimes they will. Sometimes they'll say something about you being late. Sometimes they won't. It's just really annoying. There's no consistency. And like I said, I need consistency. So another thing that I wasn't too fond, and I don't want to, this video really does sound like I'm bashing my school, but this is truly my experience in things that I've noticed. And once that second month hits, you are like looking at the clock and the watch, and you are just ready to go. So the next thing is I really wish, the only thing that kind of irks my nerves, especially when you're getting to like the last few hours, is they don't update the hours weekly. Last week, she gave us, the manager, I don't know who she is, I don't know what her classification is, but pretty much she had given us hours, like showing us hours from like 2 weeks ago. Like she was giving us hours from October 1st, and it was like the 16th. Like, what am I going to do with this? This is not updated. Why do I want to see my hours from a week, like 2 weeks ago? That makes no sense. So just stuff like that. Like, I feel like there should be organization. You should be 10 steps ahead. Like running a school, you should be 10 steps ahead. Why do I want to see hours from 2 weeks ago? That makes absolutely no sense. Like, that really irritated me, and it was just like, why is she showing us these hours? This ties into being unorganized and all that, not structured, but you legit feel, I really feel like I wasted my time in school just because it was so not structured, that half the time I just felt like I was wasting my time. For me, that makes me not want to go to school. That makes me not want to go to class. And that really happened a lot, because it was just like, why am I going up to class and I don't plan on doing anything when I have plans? Like, I could be hanging out with my family, I could be hanging out with friends, I could be going with my boyfriend. Like, I don't want to be in school on Saturdays and you don't have anything planned for me that day besides sit there and look at y'all and talk. No, I don't want to do that. I'm not a morning person already. I don't like waking up. Please cut it out. The next thing that I'm not too fond about is the amount of drama that goes on in the school. I really don't know if it's just like all schools are like this, in general, beauty schools, but I feel like if you're there for 3 months, my end goal is just to get my diploma so I can take the boards and I can be certified. Like, that's all I want. I'm not here for the next 3 months to sit here and gossip and talk about instructors and talk about other people and talk about who's talented and talk about who's not. Like, man, why are we here for this? Like, it's just dumb stuff like that. So keep that in mind. I'm not sure if this is every nail school, but I know my nail school was like this. It was just a couple people that just started a lot of drama, started a lot of talking about instructors, just a lot, just spreading a bunch of lies. And I'm not with that. I really don't like it. So yeah. And yes, pretty much that's all I have on my experience about nail school. It's just, even in 2018, it was much worse. I'll be honest. It has gotten slightly better, but it's still not. If I knew what I know now back in 2018, I honestly don't believe that I would enrolled into the school. I'll be honest. I probably would have went somewhere else, somewhere that is more professional, somewhere that is more structured. Just because I am a type of learner, I don't like to sit there and do nothing. I like to sit there and do nothing when I'm at work, because I'm getting paid for nothing. But it's one thing to go to class and have to do nothing. Like, that's boring, that's dumb. In high school, yes. But if I'm paying $3,000 for a program. I want to be going to class and doing something. But before we move on, I do want to say this tidbit. In nail school, you are literally just learning the basics. The basics, the bare minimum. That's all you're learning. That's all you're going to learn is the basics. Some nail schools, yes, they do teach a little extra and, you know, ombre and art and all that other stuff, but it's really rare. You can get an instructor that just knows the basics and, you know, is a hairstylist and is not a nail technician, and they just have the license to teach, so they do it. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Now that you guys have heard my nail experience and how my experience at school went, we are going to talk about, you know, if you are still deciding to look into nail school, this is for you. All right. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure that the school is board certified. You want to make sure the school is board certified because you can go to a school or go somewhere thinking that you can take the boards afterwards and they scammed you and took your money, honey. Don't go to anybody or any place that is not board certified. Especially in Maryland, there's a lot of people. Let me say this really quick. Yes, there are some people that just want to take a class and learn a little bit more about nails. That's fair. I do plan on doing that eventually. Like, I do want to teach classes and teach people how to do nails one-on-one. However, doing that, you can't sit there and hold a class for a couple hours and tell people they're going to be board certified, will be able to take the board. So yes, you just want to make sure that you are going to a school that is board certified, because you want to be able to get that piece of paper, your paperwork, to say that, hey, I completed this amount of hours and I am eligible to take my boards. When going up to the school and, you know, you meet these people, you really want to ask and see if you can look at the list, at everything that is included in your kit. Please, please, please do not go to a school that only has the bare minimum and their nail kit. I've seen the one nail school in Texas, and she has like her own nail brand or whatever, but the way that she does her nail kits, I think, is the most pettiest thing. Mind you, I don't go to this school, so I really don't know, but she was showing the kit. She didn't show an actual kit. She basically showed like a tub that was not even this size. It legit was not even the size of my laptop bag. It was like this like container that had like 3 practice fingers, some monomer, some polymer, some primer, and a brush. And then she had the nerve to say, oh yes, this kit stays here. Excuse me. So I'm spending $5,000 to have a kit that stays here at the school? You have to be kidding me. And then she went to, like, she calls it the vault. And she says, oh, you have easy access, you can use this during class. Well, how are you supposed to, like, how are your students supposed to practice at home? How are they supposed to start taking clients? Mind you, I don't know how Texas is. Maryland and Texas are 2 different states, so I don't know how that works, if they're even allowed to start practicing on people outside of school. I don't know that, but to me, that's foolishness, and I would be pissed if I had to pay $5,000 and some change to go to school to have my kids stay at the school. That's baloney. So yes, keep that in mind. Make sure that you ask to see if you can look at a list of everything that is included in your kit. Make sure that you ask, and they typically will tell you, but make sure that you ask, what is the uniform? What are we supposed to wear? You know, just keep that in mind. Is there any sort of hair color that we're not allowed to wear? I'm not sure. I'm not even sure. I'm pretty sure my nail school isn't like that, just because, I mean, it's a hair school too, so they wouldn't care. But I know my school, we are required to wear all black shoes, and we can't have any headscarves. So just keep that in mind. Some schools are really strict. One thing that I really do wish that I would have done when I was looking for nail schools is I wish that I would have asked to sit in a class one evening and just look and feel the vibes of the teacher, of the students, to see how things would have been. This, I feel like, is super beneficial because you are able to see how the teacher teaches, how people are interacting, paying attention. Are people excited? Are people excited to be there? Pay attention to people's reaction and their facial expressions. It is a little hard right now because we have to wear masks, but just keep that in mind. Really seriously, ask if you can sit in one of the classrooms. Ask if you can sit in the back corner just to get a feel of the classroom. Go on YouTube, research. Just do your research. And that's one thing you also want to do. Do your research. Go on YouTube, go on Google reviews, go on Yelp reviews. What are people's reviews? Pay attention to client reviews, because yes, most schools are allowed to take clients and see their reviews. How are they ranting and raving about the students' work? If not, okay, this is something to be concerned about, because obviously they're not learning properly. One thing that I really would suggest you do is make a list of what you, yes, you are looking for in a school. Is it tuition? Or do you want somewhere where you don't have to pay an arm and a leg? Is it accessibility? Is it somewhere that you can get to in 20-30 minutes? Something like that. Write down what are your non-negotiables, something that you are truly looking in a school. Then from there, make a checklist. Okay, how is the facility? Is it good? Is it great? How's their equipment? What is the vibes in the in the class, or in the, what is it called? The school, the nail school. How is the instructors? Was I able to meet the instructors? How was the owner? How was the manager? Were their vibes good from a 1 to 10? Just do stuff like that, just so you can really narrow down the schools. And from after you visit, and I would say to visit at least 3 schools. Visit at least 3 schools, because I do know some states only have 1 school. Honey, I apologize. I'm so sorry. But yes, if you have more than 1 school in your area, visit multiple schools. Visit multiple schools. Don't just get excited about 1 school and say, oh, this is affordable, it's right down the street, I'm going to this one. No, don't be like me and go set yourself up and go to a school that you're not too satisfied with, because it will hinder you in a long run. 3 months, when you're going to school consistently, it catches up to you, and after a while it's just like, why am I still here? Like, this is annoying. One thing that I did, I will say this, when I went looking for a nail school, is I got so excited that I found a nail school that I didn't really think to even pay attention to their flooring is messed up and jacked up, and it's not even up to par. Okay, their equipment's not even that good. Okay, we don't have too much equipment to even practice with, so I don't know how this is going to be. So one thing that you should do, even though most schools probably won't do anything other than bookwork, but ask to see how the instructor runs class. Is there going to be extra information? Will I be learning anything extra as far as like ombre and artwork and applying rhinestones? Is that a thing? Am I able to learn that in school? You may be surprised. That may be added to your checklist. Like, okay, this school, they teach extra in regards to art and things like that. So this is kind of on my high list. So guys, the last thing that is on my list, and I have this on in all caps just because this is just my personal preference. Like I said, I like consistency, and when I spend a certain amount of money, I want to make sure that I'm getting my money's worth. So in all caps, I'm not going to say in all caps because it is late. In all caps, make sure you ask to see their daily schedule. Ask this question, ask this question, ask this question. What are we doing on a daily basis? Monday through Tuesday, or whatever their schedule is. On these days, what are we exactly doing? Because I don't want to sit here and be doing absolutely nothing, because that's a waste of time. And in that time, you don't want to just be gaining hours. You know what I mean? You want to be utilizing every hour of that time, of that schedule, so you don't feel like you're wasting your money. Because honestly, I will be honest, I felt like I was just going to school to get hours. I felt like I was wasting my time. Like I told you, I was wasting my time. So you really want to make sure that you ask whoever's doing the tour, what is the daily schedule? What do you guys do during the night or during the day? in class? What are we learning? What are the activities you do? Are we constantly doing something? Are there activities? Is there homework weekly? One thing that I really wish my school would implement is doing homework. I feel like giving some type of research paper, research something to your students kind of engages them a little bit more, and they're able to be a little bit more knowledgeable about these things because they have something due that is going to go towards their grade or whatever. All right, guys, so my video is coming to an end. That is all I have for you guys today, and I really hope you enjoyed it. If you would like a part 2, just go ahead and thumbs up this video so I know you want to see a part 2, or even comment it down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am going to be having studying for the boards videos, my nail kit video. All these videos are coming very soon. And if you guys haven't noticed, I am now uploading 3 times a week, so stay tuned for that. We upload at 1 p.m. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, guys. So I love you dearly. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye. And let me just say, I wish you guys luck in finding your nail school. If you have any questions for me, please message me on Instagram, email me through Gmail, whatever you need to do to get these questions out. Do it, girl. Okay, y'all.